we are actually grateful to National Insurance Academy for organizing this webinar on weekly basis, just to give a detailed insight into young students who are graduating, who are just coming out of college, and who wants to take insurance as a career. So it was a very wonderful thought on account of Mr. P. Venugopal, who envisaged this process, and I also am grateful to Mr. Sanjay Mali, the principal, and our director, who really went ahead and gave us the permission to conduct these webinars. I think this is third and last in the series of webinars what you're conducting, that we gave the detailed insight into insurance, the prospective, and also the career opportunities available. So when you say career, it is not only related to what you read, it is also related to what you apply when you complete your studies. That's why it is said, Confucius, who was a Chinese philosopher, he said, choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. When we are hard pressed of job, we take up some odd jobs, which is not as per our interest and our love. Every day we feel the pressure of doing it, and also we feel that it is not the right way of doing it. You feel the pressure, you feel that you're working for someone or you're working. But at the same time, if you do something which you enjoy, which you love, and which is of your interest, then you feel that you're not working. It is just another day in your life and you're going ahead with your career. So that is why I said, if you want to develop interest, you have to actually have that type of feeling and understanding about the product, insurance, the subject insurance by itself, so that you'll have a way to go ahead and take up this course as a career and get a job. We have seen the initial phase of the class when video was shown, where they spoke about the placements, and it's wonderful. I mean, it has been a track record ever since this MBA program was envisaged by NIA, that we have 100% placement. Now let us talk about insurance. We say, why do we say we have so many jobs are there? So much vacancies are there. People are looking out for insurance professionals. Why do we say? That is purely because insurance itself is a sunrise industry. You can see year after year. I can talk about myself, and I have completed 30 years of service in the industry. I've seen ever since I joined, ever since I know that insurance industries are functioning, there is always a growth in the insurance sector. Every year they grew either by 10% or 8% or 5%. Worst cases, when the market is hard and the situation is not in favor of conducive in favor of conducting insurance business, still they had a growth, but not to that extent. And when the market was soft, when they were able to get good premium in their books, the growth was close to 15% or 16%. So that shows that year after year, when the insurance sector is growing, that means you have more job opportunities available for you. How do you grow? You grow by premium. You require more manpower to conduct different works and different type of job available with the insurance sector. Even if it becomes digitalized, even if you say that entire industry is going, or they are getting into the stream of digitalization, and we are more favoring digital aspect of insurance, you need people to operate it. Right? So we need people, and insurance sector requires young, smart, sophisticated and educated people who knows insurance, so that it can grow in a multiple fold. Now, I will not repeat this slide because Pandey sir has taken a lot of interest in talking about the risk, about the security, about the parties involved in binding the contract between the insured and the insurance company, about a property which is identified towards insurance, and the property should be prone to risk. So this is all about insurance. It's a security given to the insured, that is the client who owns the property, in which he has got some interest, by which if there is a loss to the property, he stands to lose, and if there is a gain to if the property is not lost, he stands to be in a normal position. I mean, there is no gain involved in this. That is how it differentiates from speculation and gambling. Because when you say gambling and risk, the only thing which differentiates is, if there is an operation of insured peril, operation or something, you stand to lose financially in risk, and if there is no operation of any peril, you don't stand to gain. But in gambling, You stand to gain if there is no operation of insured peril, and you stand to lose if there is operation of insured peril. The gain factor is the only differentiating factor between gambling and risk. And we insure only pure risk. We don't insure speculative risk. That is the difference between insurance and other activities. Now, how old the insurance companies are? Yeah, they are pretty old. They are pretty old. You cannot even imagine when I say they are 5,000 years old. The first insurance came into picture by way of marine insurance, which has a mention in the Code of Hammurabi in Babylonian civilization, which says that whenever the ships were taken for a voyage, for a trip, see, ship owners and the cargo owners, what they used to do, they used to take a voyage from one country to another country, some place, different place. The only mode of transportation available was through ship, through sea. So they used to borrow money from a lender. The lender used to say that in case you have a safe trip and you come back, you return the money along with some interest. But if you don't return, if there is a piracy activity or a storm or tempest or hurricane or perils of sea, any activity by which you lose the ship or there is a damage to the ship or a loss of cargo, you don't have to return the money. The concept remains the same. Only thing is we pool it from many people and give it after the incident has happened. We don't loan it as an advance. That's it. So the concept of insurance was way back in Code of Hammurabi. There's a mention of bottomry bonds and respondentia bonds in the Code of Hammurabi, which talks nothing else but about insurance. How is it important for the country's development? We contribute year after year. The total insurance business is close to 4,34,000 crores, including life and non-life insurance sector, which is contributing a lot. The total contribution is close to 4% to the GDP of India. A well-developed insurance sector boosts risk-taking economy. It allows the industries or people to take the risk and go into the business because we know that insurance is there to protect them. For an individual person, it is a support to the family members in case there is a death, in case there is a disablement, in case there is a loss of health. It has grown year after year. It has grown along with the growth of the economy. Economy grows, insurance company also grows. And with the FDI increasing to 74% from 26%, the insurance companies are also expanding their operations in public as well as private company. And also many of the foreign investors are investing in India. Now this is Advantage India. This has been spoken about by IRD. I only say that you have a digitalization program coming up, which says that 90% of the insurance companies are using digital platform, and it is also resulting in high penetration of insurance in India. IRDA is also taking a lot of interest. It allows the insurance company to invest debt securities of infrastructure trust. This is more pertaining to life insurance system. Then we have budget, which approved 2021 budget approved the FDI limit from 49 to 74 and allowed foreign investors to invest in India. And also IRDA has announced a system of DigiLocker. You know, the concept of having a DigiLocker is you are reaching out to people by way of digital system where you have all the policies issued by the insurance companies are available in the DigiLocker, and you can have a code to that. You can download it anytime you want. This is more so relevant for life insurance companies because general insurance companies are annual policies which are renewable year after year. Life insurance policies are a single policy issued for a period of 20 years or 30 years as the case may be. It becomes very easy because you can always access the locker and approach or get the details of your policy, available policy. And also see who is the promoters of all the owners of all the PSU companies are Government of India, Finance Ministry. They have infused 3,000 crores to improve the health of the insurance companies. That means you can support your increase your infrastructure and help yourself in growing out so that you can bring about more profit and desired result of as required by the Government of India. Market size, we'll just leave it. I'll just take you through the present scenario where the total 58 insurance companies are there. It's a huge organization, out of which 47 are from private sectors and rest are from standalone health insurance companies and PSU companies, 24 life insurance companies and 34 non-life insurance companies. And out of 34 general insurance companies, 6 are standalone health insurance companies. Now, if you talk about private companies as well as PSU companies, the private companies have market share of 54%, and life insurance company, the private companies have market share of 32%, and the biggest life insurance company, the LIC of India, is the only PSU life insurance company having the balance share of 67% in last year. That's a giant company. And other four PSU companies are contributing to 46, close to 43% of premium sector in the year 2021. Now, overall market size is expected to grow by 375 billion US dollars. Okay, the gross premium of India has reached 5,139,000 crores in financial year 21, and the total life insurance premium is 495 crores and non-life is 198,000 crores. So 49,40,000 crores, and this is 1,98,735 crores is non-life. This is a huge amount. It's simply a very huge amount, and see the entire year's work done by all the employees of all these insurance companies who have contributed. But it is not only who are the other stakeholders when you talk about insurance. They are not the only person who are working behind. Employees, officers are not the only person working behind them. There are multiple stakeholders who are involved in insurance per se. So let us try to understand what are the other opportunities. How do you differentiate the entire set of opportunities into 4 buckets? So if you talk about what are the different categories which you can bifurcate, one is insurers. They are direct side insurance companies like New India Insurance Company, National Insurance Company, HDFC Airport, Tata AG, Life Insurance of India. So you have insurers directly dealing with the insured client. Now we have reinsurers. So when Sir was explaining, I was just trying to, Pandey Sir was explaining, he said there is a client who's transferring the entire risk to the insurance company, because he knows that if he doesn't transfer the risk, his financials will get disturbed. He will not be able to take so much of risk. However, if you have a huge business industry standing there and there is a fire loss, now if the total fire is there, he says the entire property cost him 1,500 crores. And 1,500 crores of money losing, getting back or making the entire thing, bring it back, will be a very, very difficult job to do. So how do we do it? How do we do it? He transfers the entire risk to insurance company. Similarly, insurance company, what he does? Insurance companies is, even insurance companies are working on public money. They also have limitations. They have their own capacities. They cannot burn the entire financials on account of couple of big major losses. So what does he do? Insurance company keep something to their capacity, and beyond that they transfer the entire risk to reinsurers. Reinsurers are again some sort of insurance company who are not directly dealing with the client, but they are dealing with insurance company. Reinsurance company also says that I cannot burn the entire capacity here. They will also keep something to the net, and then they will send it back, send it to retrocessioners. So it is a cycle. Okay, so everyone transfers the risk, keep part of it to themselves, and then they transfer it. This is how the insurance company, reinsurance company work. Now we'll come to consultants. Consultants are anyone who are directly or indirectly associated with either insurance company or reinsurance companies. And distribution channels are those who involve in actually distributing the product developed by the insurance companies. We'll again go back to insurers now. Insurers also, there are multiple type of categories which take care of the job profile. If you talk about it, will narrow down, we'll just precipitate down so that for a better understanding of the profile. We have underwriters. Underwriters are those who understand the risk, identify the risk, analyze the risk, select the risk, whether they want to keep it, if they want to keep it, at what cost, and if they don't want to keep it, what is the price at which they will send it back, reject it, or what is the pricing of the entire process. Pricing is not done only by the underwriter. In fact, actuarial department, who are the backbone of the entire insurance sector, they also help in pricing the product. Now we have claims. You have issued policies, and there is a marketing department which is a totally target-driven department. They say you have to sell 500 health policies, 200 motor policies. Entire job of selling. Target is not given on policy basis, it is given on the premium generated basis. So it is given for entire year. This is the target for a person. He has to fulfill the target by reaching out to multiple people and selling the product. People having very good flair of speaking and understanding of a product are very apt for this type of profile. And once the product is sold, the policy is underwritten, the policy is given to the, if there is a claim, we require a specialized people who will take care of the claims, whether it is motor or health or fire or life or any class of business which is also emerging nowadays, like drone insurance, security bond, cyber, title insurance, professional indemnity policies, doctor's policy, engineering policy, construction policy, any policy issue. If there is a claim, we have specialists in each class of business in department, which will who will analyze the claim with the support of some consultants and try to settle the claim. We have spoken about HR. Every organization, HR is much required post. People having the qualities of managing people, human resources, can take a profile or job in HR department. IT, again, in the scenario where everyone is encouraging or embracing a digital platform, IT becomes again a very important thing, because it is not only required for reaching out to people, but also managing huge data which comes on the way. Imagine a policy for health insurance policy covering all the employees, all the entire population of India. You require it comes with a huge data, and such data is to be managed using IT experts and also systems. So we need specialists in IT, and there is a much need of people. More number of people are now recruited in IT. It is not only for managing data, but also giving support system to existing IT, hardware and software both together. And also we have call centers where you have problems, receiving the problems and then resolving the problems wherever it is system related. Now, next is techno marketing. Mostly the people who occupy these posts are extremely talented, in the sense they have the technical knowledge, they have the specialized engineering knowledge, they have the specialized insurance knowledge. When we cater to a client like Tata's, Reliance, Adani's, SR or BPCL, IPC, these are called specialized clients. So when we reach them, we need to have the type of expertise to talk to them. We should understand the type of projects they are handling and the type of work they are doing. So this is engineers who take up the profession of insurance expert also. So they are a perfect combo of insurance knowledge as well as the technical knowledge of insurance. We have risk managers job. It can be as a consultant, it can be internal consultant, because they are primarily responsible for implementing the corporate strategies of the company. Enterprise risk management, which is called ERM. Every company has got this ERM, which is inbuilt part of strategic management of the company. Actuarial department, those who are pursuing actuarial sciences, they are primarily involved in pricing, reserving of claims, because the claim does not get over in the same financial year. There is always a spillover from one financial year to the another financial year. So we need someone to reserve it properly so that your books of accounts does not show a negative. It should be properly accounted. Then we have department like finance, investment, operations, and whatever the core function of the insurance company is underwriting and then investment. So you take public money, you underwrite it, you settle claims, and you also have a part of money which is invested in the various portfolios to generate some revenue which can be taken back for expansion of the business. So we need a specialist, people who are good in finance, in accounts, are much required and sought after in investment department of any organization, any insurance company. Similarly, in reinsurance companies also we have accounts department taking care of reconciliation of accounts, incoming, outgoing, claims, underwriting, and claims are again important portfolio in reinsurers. Now we have distribution channel. We'll also talk about consultants in the coming slides. Bancassurance, most of the products, if you want them to reach out to retail, bancassurance are the most comfortable way of doing it. We have a tie-up with the banks, and the banks officials also will be a part of distribution channel or people who are interested to sell the insurance policies. We can always be part of bancassurance, and people who are dealing or helping bancassurance people to in form of training or reaching out to people. Corporate agents, we have individual agents and corporate agents. Individual agents are soldiers on foot. They reach out to individual person. They are more like a family member. They come, reach out to you, talk to you, get your requirements of retail customer. This is much required, and their job profile is also very, very clear and very close, because they also have to support the entire uh, process whenever there is a right from the time of binding of policy, pre-binding of policy, binding of policy, and post sales. If there is a requirement of any claim, they reach out to the customer. Brokers, this is slowly India is gaining popularity or expertise in brokers. Believe me, in our placements, we have more number of brokers who are coming with very good payment structure, because they are the one who are driving the insurance industry. Today, if you talk about that, 40% of the entire premium is being generated by brokers and reinsurers. Brokers play a very, very vital role in insurance premium sector. They contribute, they are representing the clients, whether retail or corporate, but they play a very vital role. That's a very expertise field, because they grow in different verticals. If you select to be a life insurance broker, you have the expertise of life insurance. Then general insurance also, there are different verticals. You have claims verticals, you have a reinsurance vertical. So even in broker cell, you have different verticals, and they develop the profile and identified and develop the profile in the same field, so that tomorrow they are very popular, and they are growing. Brokers are growing field. Referral companies are something which is not so popular in India, because they are into direct distribution. They are not into direct, which offer their customer database to insurance companies to convert the business into solicit business and convert it into a premium. So they get some remuneration, but referral companies are not so much popular, because we have a lot of people who contact and directly contact the corporates and database available with them, and then convert it. Web aggregators, what they do is that's also a very upcoming field. People they directly don't sell insurance, but they have a tie-up with different insurance companies. They provide the information related to that particular data or product of that company for the customer to compare. Suppose I look for a health insurance policy for my mother. She's 70 years old. So what do I do if I write that my requirement is this, and I have a mother who's also hypertensive, who has who's a history of my. So what are the products available? So I will get all the information of the insurance companies along with the product name, the premium, the details, how to take it. They do a lot of hard work, because they are the people who they use the intelligence, the data to project it in, and so that the individual person can compare and contrast and select the insurance company when they want to. This is also very upcoming field. And you have TPS. TPS are third-party administrators. They settle the claims. See, I have seen an era where personally we used to settle claims, health insurance claims, till 2003. 2004, we have seen the TPS coming into existence, and we have trained the TPS. I remember as an insurance company, we trained the TPS in settling health insurance claims. Now they are a wide network. You have wide network of TPS who are into settling corporate and retail health insurance claims. Now, if you talk about consultants, right? Consultants. So we have seen about insurance companies, we have seen about insurers, we have seen reinsurers, we have seen distribution channel. Now we are going to see consultants. Consultants can be of multiple types. They can either work as a freelancer, or they can be a part of insurance companies. One is investment. So you can, if like I told you, if you have specialization in finance, banking, and also insurance, then you can join the insurance company, because the right person to guide the insurance company as investment officer or as a chief investment officer, which is again a mandatory regulatory post given by insurance IRDA. So because again it plays a very vital role. Whatever money is, it should be judicially invested to generate profit out of it. Advertisement. Every product of an insurance company needs to be advertised. You can join as a director of advertisement department, or you can always be a freelancer, but you should have the approach of understanding the product. Infrastructure, IT solutions you have read. Risk management again is a very important part of this. Chief Risk Officer is one of the profile we have in this, and under him we have a lot of risk managers, and people operating in operating officers, underwriting officers are also risk managers. The designation is risk manager, provided they have the expertise or the knowledge of managing risk or and also insurance knowledge. Reinsurance we have read, actual consultancies we have read. Then call centers again, every insurance company or every broker firm or every reinsurance companies require employees with the knowledge of insurance to serve as call center employee. Apart from this, there are certain third-party agencies whom we are associated with, like training associations, agents training associations or institutes who are directly involved in training all the agents, direct agents or corporate agents, individual agents, to get to be in the field. So the training happens in say quarterly basis, or whereby people having a lot of information, knowledge about the product, about the updated information on the marketing or the global market, comes into the field to explain about it. Then we have accredited institutes like Brokers Training Institute, like what we are doing as a NIA. We are organized, we have authorized accredited institute for brokers training. We conduct brokers training on a monthly basis. So claim servicing team, yes. So like I told you, when a person who is an expert specialized in a particular class of business, he is in the claim settling team. He can't do it alone. He is not an expert. He may not be in the expertise, or he may not have all the expertise to carry on with the business. So what he does is he takes the help of a surveyor, investigator. It can be an exclusive investigator. It can be a forensic investigator. We have a lot of people engaging in the claims who are specialists, and these services are also very popular. I'd also like to tell you that NIA has been authorized by IRDA to carry out the pre-licensing surveyors training, which is a 2-month long training. So anyone who is interested in becoming a surveyor, again, this is a very important portfolio. Again, I tell you, their services are much recognized, and they are specialists who can carry out the survey in case of a loss of fire or engineering or a car or health or household responsibility, any loss. They are specialists in carrying out the survey and as help in assessment of the claim. Investigators are equally important, because whenever there is a fraud element involved, whenever there is a fraud element in motor or in fire or any claim, you require investigators. So they are specialists again, they are trained, and they help the insurance company, and it is very important for them to have the insurance knowledge. Then you have lawyers, advocates, legal officers. They are also an important form of a part of insurance companies. Any customer complaints, you might have heard about ombudsman. They are the legal entity in we have 17 ombudsman officers who are approached before they approach the civil court, and ombudsman officers are officers where you have ombudsman who is equivalent to a person who can give a decision on a claim which has been repeated or rejected. So matters which has been, before it goes to the ombudsman office or it goes to ombudsman office, you need a lawyer who can deal with it in a legal way. So lawyers are also very important, and every time officers recruit, they have a legal team separately who takes care of the matters which are under arbitration. We have third-party claims which has to be represented in claims tribunal. We need a lawyer for that. consumer cases in district, state or national level, criminal cases and any cases before the High Court and Supreme Court are to be dealt with lawyers. So we also, insurance company also requires lawyers. So it is not enough if you know the law part of it. You also need to know the insurance part of it, and that's why we need a person who has done a law and then he has also learned insurance. Grievance and the independent profession, but it is related to insurances, risk managers, actuaries, chartered accountants, capital market traders, helping in investment, HR profession. These are some of the profiles where you feel that we need people in insurance sector. And apart from that, I have already spoken about the data sciences, which can be used for pricing purpose, reserving purpose, and new products. See, you know the base of some product. You want to just separate it and identify whether a new product based on these lines will be helpful. That can be used for underwriting purpose. Data sciences again is one of the most important upcoming field, emerging field, and we also recruit, insurance companies recruit data scientists with a very, very high package. And some of the state government companies, which state government insurance sectors where which has come out with insurance involvement is CSIC and state government insurance funds like Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka. We have state government insurance funds who also with a lesser capacity, which also takes care of infrastructure projects, insurance of infrastructure projects, and balance beyond that capacity, they transfer the risk to public sector companies. So to sum it up, I'll say that insurance is a very good career for those who want to be a part of success story, which is being seen in this sector year after year. With 58 players in the field and many more to come, we can see a lot of innovative products. I'm sure every year we have 4 to 5 new products coming up in every insurance company. Packaging is better because they have multiple covers clubbed into one to give a comfort to the customer, which definitely improves the customer service. If you want to be a part of a winning team where great employment opportunities are there, I request all of you to please come up and take this as a profession, take insurance as a profession. To conclude, I'll say a burning desire is the starting point of all accomplishment. But if the fire is very small, it will not give so much of heat. A weak desire will not produce so much of result. Please have great desire to have great accomplishment and be a part of winning team. Thank you very much.